Spurgeon here with RevZilla TV to talk to you today about the Sargent World Sport Performance Seat available at RevZilla.com. If you are watching this video, chances are you are looking for a more comfortable touring seat for both yourself as well as your passenger, and Sargent has you covered. They make a wide range of adventure, touring, and sports seats for your motorcycle, and they're going to probably have a seat that's going to be right for you. Make sure you're using the bike finder because all of these seats are bike specific. You want to make sure you get the right seat for your motorcycle. With that being said, as long as you get the right seat for your bike, installation is pretty much going to be a breeze. On our Beard scale of difficulty for install, this is going to be less than a 1 out of 3. This is really just a hard week's worth of scruff. You haven't shaved in a week, you've been at the beach, and now you're coming back into the office. We're going to talk more about installation at the end, but for right now, I want to dive in and talk about what sets the Sargent seat apart from other seats out there on the market. Sargent has been manufacturing motorcycle seats since the mid-1990s. However, they have been reupholstering automotive and marine grade seats since the mid-1930s. They have a long history of technology in this department, and they carry that entire history over into their motorcycle seat lineup. And where we're really going to see it excel is in the overall fit and finish of this seat. Sargent is going to use a carbon FX vinyl. It's going to be UV resistant, mold and mildew resistant. It's going to be pretty much waterproof. Anything you can throw at this, the Sargent seat is going to be able to take. The attention to detail is in the piping, it's in the stitching, it's in the materials. And if you flip it around to the front here, you can see the front is going to be felt lined. It's not going to damage the tank of your motorcycle whatsoever. Sargent really makes an impeccable product that you can tell is a Sargent seat from 25 feet away. Now, once you dig underneath the cover, Sargent uses a supercell atomic foam. It's a proprietary foam that they develop in-house. While other manufacturers use gel for comfort, gel is heavier and absorbs heat. Sargent uses a foam and they give you comfort in the way the foam is designed. So what I mean by that is they use a dish seat pan. Where a traditional seat is going to be flat, it's going to put pressure points right in the middle of your buttocks, and it's not going to evenly distribute the weight. Sargent seat starts high on the sides, it pushes down in the middle, and then it scoops up high on the other side. So you get this dished look, almost like a half pipe on a skate ramp. And it's going to evenly distribute the weight across your entire buttocks, so it's not going to give you hot points or pressure points over time. It's almost going to act as a separate suspension besides the actual suspension of your motorcycle, giving you ultimate comfort. They also keep your passenger in mind. Passenger has that same dish seat pan. They're also going to have these nice little cutaways on the side for their legs, so the piping isn't going to cut into their leg. The piping actually slides down, and if I flip it around here, you can see that. The piping is actually going to kind of curve down, giving ultimate comfort for your passenger as well. So let's take a second now and flip this over to the bottom. They're going to use an acrylic alloy mix to make their seat pan. So it's going to be super strong and super durable, but it's also going to be really lightweight. They're also going to CAD design this in-house using digital modeling, and it's going to be an exact replica of your current motorcycle seat. This seat is off of an F800 GS. And if you were pulling an F800 GS stock seat off, you would notice there's a little tool compartment on the bottom. And it's actually the same tool compartment that Sargent has included here. Again, this is going to be an exact model of your seat. They have added a little document holder. So for a passport, registration cards, insurance cards, you're going to have that little compartment under here to keep all your stuff straight. But most importantly, what this is going to do, it's going to make installation of the Sargent seat absolutely simple. So when you're thinking about installing a Sargent seat in your motorcycle, keep in mind, it's really not even going to be a 1 out of 3. Honestly, as long as you can take your stock seat off, you can put a Sargent seat on. It's that simple because it's an exact replica of your seat. I'll tell you what, I like the Sargent product. My dad has been using a Sargent seat on his 2005 Suzuki V-Strom for the past 8 years. The thing looks as new as the day that he bought it, and he's probably got about 35,000 miles on it now. It's super comfortable. I've done some really long rides with it. I can ride all day long. The only thing I'd like to point out is that it is still a firm seat. If we're doing a 300 or 400 mile day, he still uses an aftermarket seat pad for comfort. I don't have to, so it really depends on your riding style. With that being said, my opinion's not the only one in town, so what I'd like you to do right now is click below. See what other riders are saying about the Sargent World Sport Performance seat, whether they like it, whether they don't like it. If you have it out there on your bike, give us your comments and your feedback. We'd love to hear what you have to say, and so would the rest of the internet. If you have more questions for us specifically here at RevZilla, give us a call. 877-792-9455 will get you on the phone with a Gear Geek. And if you don't like talking on the phone, we're always available via email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this conversation on the Sargent World Sport Performance Seat. I'm Spurgeon. Enjoy the ride.